Self-saucing pudding is one of those magic desserts that does just that, and we've got a apple cinnamon version today for you. So it's really, really easy. We're going to get into our bowl. We're going to go straight with some flour. Sift that. Now I've got some cinnamon, baking powder as well, a bit of caster sugar. We don't need too much sugar because we're actually going to use some white chocolate in this version. Just going to grate the white chocolates. And when you get to that tricky end of the chocolate without grating your fingers off, just give them a quick chop. And then we're just going to go in with some melted butter, a bit of vanilla bean paste, and just got some ginger as well, an egg. We're just going to use some apple sauce. Make sure you use an apple sauce that doesn't have too much sugar in it. You can buy those which are pretty much just apples cooked down. So look out at the back of the pack when you're in the supermarkets, and then just mix this all together. So we're going to get into a 20 centimeter baking dish. I'm going to use the skillet here, but you need to make sure it's a baking dish that is quite deep because it is going to rise quite a bit. So if we just get that mixture straight into the pan and then just smooth out that top here. So we'll just get onto our sauce. So I've got some milk and we'll just go into a saucepan over medium heat and just some more white chocolate. So we'll grate that again. So white chocolate in there with the milk. Just give that a stir until that white chocolate's melted. We don't need to boil it or anything, just need to make sure the white chocolate melts. So that's nice and melted now, so we can turn off the heat. And I'm just going to combine, I've got some flour, some sugar, and cinnamon. And this is where the trickery happens in the self-saucing pudding. You have to have some dry ingredients on the top, so if we mix this together well. Okay, and we're going to scatter this dry mixture evenly over the space here. And this kind of creates almost a bit of a crust on the pudding. And if you can imagine that, white chocolate, sugar, cinnamon, apple is going to be heaven. If we just get all that mixture out evenly, give this milk mixture a stir, and we're going to pour it straight over the pudding. But I'm using a spoon so it kind of breaks the fall of all the milk. And it might seem like it's a lot of liquid, but it really takes it all, and what you'll see happen is that this white chocolate milk mixture sinks to the bottom and kind of creates the sauce of the pudding when you dig in. So we'll go straight into the oven and it's going to bake for about 35-40 minutes. So the trouble with self-saucing pudding is the top is not attractive at all. So we're going to do some patchwork. I've got a mandolin here, very dangerous, so make sure you use your guard. And I'm just going to slice the apple. Or you could just slice it very thinly with a knife. Lay them out onto the tray. And you'll notice as soon as you slice your apples, they will go a bit brown, so just get a bit of lemon juice and just brush that over just to stop them from going brown quickly. Then I'm just going to scatter over some caster sugar, so just create a nice film on top of each apple. Now to brulee them, we're going to use this device here, a blowtorch. If you don't have one, you could also just pop that under a very hot grill in the oven, but otherwise we're going to just blowtorch these until they're nice and caramel crisp. Piping hot out of the oven. We're just going to take these bruleed apples and just layer over the dish. And what you'll notice when you cut into it, it's got this beautiful cake at the top, and then underneath it is that white chocolate sauce. And there it is, the self-saucing apple and cinnamon pudding with some bruleed apples on top. That is ultimate comfort any night of the week, and you're going to have very happy guests.